Bro, let me tell you this. People are just willing to die in order to prove themselves. And I don't mean that by sacrificing oneself in order to save people's life or in order to do great things. I'm saying that people are just choosing the dumbest way to die. They let their ego to control. They cannot control their own ego. And it leads to a lot of bad situations that comes to them. It's really interesting because I remember in my country around a few months ago, there was this one dude who got bullied by his group of bully, right? And I think that he was being bullied for years and he kept all of his emotions and angers inside. And one day it's all over. He cannot, take control of his emotions anymore. And it was at a gas station, right? It was those bully again, and it was that kid that got bullied again. And this time he was pushed to the corner, and in his most desperate attempt, he took out his knife. He took out his knife, and he immediately, you know, doing this to the guy in like half a second, bro. And from the bully's neck, the rest of was just coming out nonstop. And, everyone was screaming, everyone was being, you know, afraid and scared. And the bullies are now just, peeing their pants and shitting their pants. And, this is a situation that was pretty extreme, in my opinion, to include in this video because, it was two-sided, right? One side of the internet say that the one that got bullied did the right thing, or they justified for his action because he was keeping it to himself for way too long, and it's just like a defensive mechanism. But the other side just saying that killing is just wrong in general, and there's no excuses for that. And I see that the problem here is started from the bullies themselves. You know, the reason why they are bullies is because when they were younger, they learned that you know they came from a lower class, and they don't have the maybe the looks, maybe the conditions, or maybe they cannot fit in with people by just connecting normally with them. They always feel unconfident and incompetent, sorry. And they found out that the only way for them to gain power is by force, like what their parents used to do to them. And so they become bullies. They take others kids lunch money. They makes them do anything they say, buying them cigarettes, buying them soft drinks, or just you know in everything in general, you name it. And oftentimes this kid have a really big ego, and they're never afraid to show it. But what they don't see is that there are always consequences that awaits them. The consequences that they never expected. And let's say I cannot really blame them, bro, because everything just happens in life, bro. Like, you can only imagine the consequences and the analysis after that happens. So, when they are in the moment, they don't realize it. But ego have destroyed many people's life. And I know this is a really extreme cases, but like on just generally on social media like Instagram or TikTok, you always see these videos where people are saying the most stupid, the most outlandish shit that a human can say. And they really think that they are cool, they're being different, they are, being themselves. Yes, I love being myself, and let everyone fucking hate me and boycott me, or they're just clowning those people in general. It just really, I think it's really stupid because like why would you make fun, show yourself to the internet and show your stupidness to the internet and let everyone make fun of you. Like, do you have any self-awareness at all? And like, I couldn't imagine just being in an interview and doing stupid stuff and saying stupid shit. And oftentimes the consequences of their action are just too big to be reversed. They don't know about the digital footprint. They don't know, they never know about people that remember them for their stupidness or their action that cannot be undo, right? And I really think that people nowadays just solve them. No, not everyone, because I know that there's a lot of good people out there. But I'm just saying that there's just some people who are just insufferable, and they just they're trying to prove themselves, but they no nothing to prove. Like, you know what I mean? And they just want to satisfy their ego, bro. Like, I get it. Like, everyone have their own ego in themselves, and it needs to be satisfied, but not in a way that is too extreme, and it could ruin your entire life in just one wrong move and one is wrong decision. And I think that there's a person that covered this pretty well in the book that I've read, but yeah, I'll talk about it another time, I guess. And the lesson here is that just be humble and live life, bro. Like, fuck it, it's just that simple, bro. If you don't want to die, be humble and just do what you love to do, and stay safe out there. Thank you for watching.